Well, let's look at the statistics. The United States is home to 5% of the world's population, but 25% of the world's prisoners. Think about that.
The heroin infusion in Harlem, so many people then, and even then with the rules that came out decades later, 3 strikes, you're out. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it was like if you got picked up on the corner for smoking a joint, and if you were picked up 3 times, then you could get something like life in jail. In a sense, one almost feels that the prison complex, as you say, is, or Anna Devere Smith was talking about the school to prison pipeline. You know, you almost feel like this was a way in which the white supremacist superstructure figured out a way to control blackness, particularly black males, because they always feel like they can manipulate black females, you know. Not that we weren't lynched as well as black males.
All races will be destroyed in such a movement.
I want to tell the city of Selma.
Tell them, Doctor.
Today I want to say to the state of Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Today I want to say to the people of America and the nations of the world that we are not about to turn around.
Yes, sir.
We are on the move now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are on the move, and no wave of racism can stop us.
Yes, sir.
The burning of our churches will not deter us.
Yes, sir.
The bombing of our homes will not dissuade us.
Yes, sir.
The beating and killing of our clergymen and young people will not divert us.
Yes, sir.
The wanton release of their known murderers will not discourage us. We're on the move now.
Yes, sir.
Like an idea whose time has come.
Yes, sir.
Not even the marching of mighty armies can halt us.
Yes, sir.
We're moving to the land of freedom.
Yes, sir.
I know you're asking today, how long will it take?
In the United States, oh God, the prison system is so different than anywhere else except, I don't know, maybe in Russia or China, but that in the United States, the prisons are largely full of people of color, largely black, largely Latino, some Asian. And the worst part of it, and I don't think this exists in any other nation except the USA, that many of the prisons are privately owned. So they are profiting by putting black males in prison. And I'll just say black to mean actually men of the global majority, black and brown, okay? And this goes back to slavery and then the Jim Crow era, when after slavery,
that no other ethnic group has been a slave on American soil. That is one thing that other immigrant groups haven't had to face. The other thing is that the color became a stigma. American society made the Negro's color a stigma, and that can never be overlooked. So I think these things are absolutely necessary. The other thing is that America freed the slaves in 1863 through the Emancipation Proclamation of Abraham Lincoln, but gave the slaves no land or nothing in reality, and as a matter of fact, to get started on. At the same time, America was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that there was a willingness to give the white peasants from Europe an economic base. And yet it refused to give its black peasants from Africa, who came here involuntarily in chains and had worked free for 244 years, any kind of economic base. And so emancipation for the Negro was really freedom to hunger. It was freedom to the winds and rains of heaven. It was freedom without food to eat or land to cultivate, and therefore it was freedom and famine at the same time. And when white Americans tell the Negro to lift himself by his own bootstraps, they don't look over the legacy of slavery and segregation. I believe we ought to do all we can and seek to lift ourselves by our own bootstraps, but it's a cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And many Negroes, by the thousands and millions, have been left bootless.
And many African Americans fought on the side of the Union in the Civil War, and talk about unheralded heroes, lots, that after slavery, no one was really given 40 acres and a mule. And even to this day, those people who were plantation owners, their families still own land that once African Americans were released from slavery, they then became sharecroppers on this land. And being a sharecropper, if you've seen any of the lately movies by Ava DuVernay, for example, being a sharecropper then meant that you were basically still enslaved to the person whose land you were cultivating, that you were sharing a crop on. And part of your crop, you had to make a certain amount of that to give back to them, as you were like a tenant farmer, but actually an enslaved sharecropper. And so that went on. And then, of course, at the same time, what was going on, talking about, being enslaved, then being a prisoner, is if you didn't have a job, and this whole thing about people being afraid of seeing more than one black man on a corner. If it's three of them, there must be something illegal going on. And many black men during the post-civil rights era, the post-Civil War, and then the post-Reconstruction era, that beautiful Reconstruction time, which only lasted for like 12 years. So by 1877, what we start to see is all of these black men being imprisoned, and they're working on chain gangs. So all those songs are real, Breaking rocks all day on the chain gang, breaking rocks and serving my time. And that reality of and I think it's also clear in that movie, the beautiful movie with Cicely Tyson and and I can't remember the name of the movie, but he's on a chain gang and then finally gets released. And many people died, of course, on those gangs. And, all the ways in America that African Americans were, particularly African American males, were in a sense not given the opportunity to support family. And so there was a deliberate white supremacist or systemic, if you like, effort to break down black family structure.
The reason that black people are in the streets has to do with the lives they're forced to lead in this country. And they're forced to lead these lives by the indifference and the apathy and a certain kind of ignorance, a very willful ignorance on the part of their co-citizens. Everybody knows, no matter what they do not know, that they wouldn't like to be a black man in this country. They know that, and they shut their minds against the rest of it, all the implications of being a black father, or a black woman, or a black son. And all of the implications involved in a human being's endeavor to take care of his wife, to take care of his children, to raise his children to be men and women in the teeth of a structure which is built to deny that I can be a human being or that my child can be. The great question in the country has been, all the years that I've been living here, and I was born here 43 years ago, is what does a Negro want? And this question masks a terrible knowledge. I want exactly what you want.
But again, it's so interesting the way we persisted and prevailed, because again, extended families, as they existed always in the motherland. So it's the grandmothers, the uncles, the aunts who take care of you. And you have this, if one person is gone, there's somebody else in the family, or even some friend that you call auntie, you know. The ways in which we made, nobody was getting Social Security, nobody was getting paid decently or pensions, but we had these friendly societies where you would pool money to help each other, or the church always, ways in which we were constantly figuring out, you know, to make things, to make ends meet, and to take care as much as we could. But yeah, the story is not a pretty one. And what's most unpretty and unsettling is that, and the mass incarceration, as you know, it's worse here than anywhere else. And what is worse is, again, I bring in, you know, the orange monster, because he and his satraps, you know, his minions, are busily trying to reinstate all that, to even put up again the Confederate statues that were taken down when George Floyd was so brutally assassinated, you know.